Vomiting is a useless thing.
But if it is from a whale, then it is more expensive than gold,
because it is used in branded perfumes, due to which it is sold for millions of dollars.
And it is very rare because only 5% of whales can produce it.
And that too, not at any fixed time, but completely random, maybe once a year or even once in a lifetime.
Due to which ambergris is sold for $40,000 to $50,000 per kilogram.
and in rare cases, even more.
And yes, there is no farming of it, it is only found by luck.
In Yemen, some fishermen found a dead whale in the sea.
When it was checked, more than 100 kilograms of ambergris was found inside it. Its value was approximately $1.5 million.
So this all leads to the really big question. Why on earth are these luxury brands willing to pay a fortune for this stuff? What is it actually doing in our perfume?
You might think it's all about the smell, but its actual role isn't what you'd probably guess.
And here is the big twist. Ambergris itself isn't used to give a perfume its main scent. Nope. Its real job, its superpower, is to act as something called a fixative. It makes all the other smells in the perfume last much, much longer.
So how does that work? Well, ambergris basically slows down the evaporation of all the other fragrance molecules, and that's the secret that allows those expensive perfumes to linger on your skin for days, not just a few hours. That incredible lasting power, that's where the real value is. The reason ambergris is so valuable has everything to do with this incredible, almost magical transformation that can only happen out in nature. You see, when a whale first gets rid of a chunk of ambergris, it's a completely different substance. It's black, it's sticky, and it has this repulsive, foul smell. At this point, it's basically worthless. But this is where the amazing part begins. It just floats in the ocean for years, sometimes even decades, slowly changing. This whole transformation is caused by just three things: constant exposure to sunlight, salt water, and oxygen. That combination triggers a massive chemical reaction. The color shifts from black to a beautiful gray or gold, and that horrible odor becomes a sweet, earthy, musky scent. It literally goes from being waste to a multi-million-dollar treasure.
Okay, so let's get something straight. We've been calling it whale vomit, but is that actually what it is? The answer is, well, not really. The name is a bit of a misnomer.
Here's how it actually forms. A sperm whale's favorite food is giant squid, but the squid have these sharp, hard beaks that are impossible to digest. To protect its internal organs from getting sliced up, the whale's body does something incredibly clever. It secretes this fatty, waxy substance that coats the sharp beaks, forming a protective layer. And over time, that layer just hardens and grows, becoming what we know as ambergris. Now, in most cases, this solid mass is just passed out of the whale's body along with other waste, out the back end. But if a piece gets too large, it can get stuck and eventually gets regurgitated through the mouth. And that is exactly how it got that misleading nickname, whale vomit. So let's talk about the human side of the story, because anytime there's this much money on the line, there's always a complex and often pretty controversial global market that springs up around it. Unsurprisingly, the biggest market in the world for this stuff is France, the perfume capital. Luxury brands like Chanel and Dior practically built their reputations on finding rare, exotic ingredients just like this one. The supply chain itself is actually pretty simple, but very secretive. Some lucky person finds it, they sell it to a local trader, who then gets it into the hands of an international buyer. Most ambergris washes ashore in countries like Yemen, Oman, Madagascar, and New Zealand. But here's where things get really complicated. In other places, like the United States and Australia, the trade of ambergris is completely illegal. It's banned to protect endangered whale species. So yeah, it might look like just a weird rock on the beach, but it carries immense value and a ton of controversy. All right, let's dive into the real secret behind ambergris's value, the chemistry. What is actually happening at a molecular level that has perfume companies willing to pay a fortune? Inside that fresh, foul-smelling ambergris, the main compound is something called ambrine. At this stage, it's a waxy alcohol that's pretty much odorless and chemically stable. It's just the raw material, not the magic ingredient, yet. But as it floats in the ocean for all those years, the exposure to oxygen, sunlight, and salt water causes that ambrine to break down and oxidize. This chemical reaction creates brand new compounds, and the most important one is called ambroxide. This is the prized molecule. This is what gives ambergris its signature warm, sweet, musky scent. So how does it work as a fixative? Well, in a perfume, ambergris basically works like a molecular anchor. It grabs onto the other, lighter scent molecules and holds them down, dramatically slowing down how fast they evaporate from your skin. That's what makes the whole fragrance last so much longer. And here's one last fascinating detail for you. Every single person's skin chemistry is a little bit different, and because of that, the way these complex molecules react and release their scent will actually change from person to person. It's why a luxury perfume can create a scent that's truly a unique identity for whoever is wearing it.
So we've gone through the whole journey of this incredible substance. It's a trade that's tiny in quantity but worth an absolute fortune. It starts as this strange biological defense mechanism inside a whale, something most people would just see as gross waste, and it ends up supporting an entire global luxury industry.
And this is just scratching the surface. The world is full of these strange, hidden, high-value markets.